And we are rocking and rolling once more. Or at least we will be once the load finishes. And here we go. The morning of day 28. Sorry, 47. I can read my own screen. We have things to sell. And probably nothing to buy. Almost certainly nothing to buy. Looking forward to Horde tomorrow. Because I changed my settings to increase the zombie Horde count. Since the last Horde was so lackluster.
Stop staring, asshole. Congratulations. Here's your reward. Sucker.
Rewards are functionally nothing. I can get 10 lockpicks, but I don't need any of this other stuff.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
He restocks tomorrow morning. Nope, he bought all 3 stacks of Magnum. That's a surprise. He must not have had any. I'll buy him out of honey. And he's got breachers. Why do you have breachers? Alright, top me off with 17 breachers. I don't see a whole lot else of value.
Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
Tier 4 one night, that's gotta be Judy Witch.
If you want a job from me,
It is.
you'll do what unbelievable. Listen up, jackass.
And the Academy.
Work, please, yes, son of a bitch. I got
Let's set up to do Judy Witch again.
Or I'll cut you.
It's a good POI. It has decent loot. But with Horde Night coming up tomorrow, I do want more steel first to further reinforce, well, everything. let's go ahead and grab this 1,000 steel. I should have a small stock of iron already on premises. Let's go have a look at the base and see what we can improve. As I lag spike directly into a wall. I never did check after leaving if they had managed to magically attack the posts below the pillar caps. Let's go have a look at that now. Looks like no. Well, that's very good news at least. I am still upgrading these. Not this one, though. The Dark Trap is really not important. This face needs something. It needs to not be square. If I could have like a half round, like this actually, but it needs to fill the whole space, not half the space. Oh, there it is. Except I think the issue is that's, no, that's perfect. That's the reason I keep looking over it, is because it looks like the center line is in the center of the block, and I don't want it there. There. Now this is rounded, which means the zombies won't get stuck here. I should have brought some cobble, but I didn't expect to need it. The last thing to try and do with all this steel is I could try and build up more of the path. Hello? I mean, I don't need another zombie just kind of fussing about. So I think more important than the staircase, and well, marginally more important than the staircase, is the pillar that I'm standing on. Small mistake here. I can't upgrade to steel the blocks that these sides are standing on. But I can upgrade to steel this whole thing that the zombies could possibly be attacking. That's basically all I need to do. I could also reinforce this specific area a bit, because that is where they could decide to start attacking. The stairs themselves at large. I don't have the one concrete to repair that block very slightly. Oops. But I can upgrade the one underneath it. How have all these taken one hit's worth of damage? That's silly. Okay. Cobblestone, concrete, and more steel. We are upgrading our horde base to its final form. Keep cooking, iron. The need for steel is endless. I also need to get these trees out of here. Like, all of them. I'm tired of bashing into trees and rocks. every time I go to and from the Horde base. So we are going to aggressively carve out a clear path. Deforestation, the end of rocks. I'm just tired of having to compensate. Hello. For not being able to see. Now, finally, I have a clear shot. With no distractions, no chance of hitting any trees or rocks, no obstructions, nothing obscuring my vision. Just clear all the way. Now, where were we? They did do some magic damage to that pillar somehow. Out of steel. One steel short of upgrading this last piece of stair. I'm sure that won't matter in the long run. Although, maybe I have it. No. But I did have the cobble and concrete the entire time. While we're up here, how are the turrets on ammo? Basically full, but we fixed that anyway. Ooh. And our little zip turret over here is down an entire stack. Kind of expected that. So we have repair materials on hand. We don't actually need the cobbles. Well, we do need the cobble for this. Repair material up to, but not including steel. Spare ammo, learning elixir, pies, emergency medications. We're pretty well set here. Kind of annoyed that these stairs don't have the right steel shape. Like these do, because they line up with this. They line up with the texture. But here the texture is rotated wrong. And I don't know how I was supposed to know to fix that. It's just visually off. Actually, the funny thing is I'm missing 2 steel. I might be able to get it. Because I saw on one of these a junction box. Well, there's the 2 steel I needed. But every little bit helps. Ding. And somewhere up here, I remember there being some scratch damage to a steel block. Maybe I fixed it already because it was like under here. Yeah, I fixed it already. Alright, base upgrading complete. I'm going to swipe steel from the school here. And the only reason I'm not also knocking down the lampposts is because this is a pretty common POI for the area. Rect is constantly trying to send me here. And if I take the effort to knock down these concrete and iron poles, they'll just come back the next time the POI refreshes. So let's drop our things back off and get on to Judy Witch. I thought I saw a transformer on this pole. No, I saw a transformer on that pole. This is why I knock down poles that don't have steel on them, so I can't make that mistake. More reserve steel, always nice. And now we just merrily traipse across the street to Judy Witch again. This place is kind of old hat by now. We've done it 3 or 4 times at this point. So, what's one more? Kind of a skillful clear there. Wasn't expecting 3 stealth kills. But that was kind of slickly done. Also, I'm seeing so much blue in these chemistry sets that I may as well start taking it. I would have been happy to ignore it if it wasn't more than 8. You're a plant. You're hiding behind the plant. This little outdoor balcony still serves no purpose. Who else wants their head caved in? That was not very elegantly done. I broke everything except my targets. I don't need that. Six whole coins in the secret trash. And a ladder that doesn't go to the ground. No cop. This room is a lot less crowded when it's not an infestations make this room a lot busier. I think I destroyed a loot that was right here. I was trying to avoid that. Secret trash in the vent with just garbage. And for the last box, skeleton key. Another treasure map. Why did those replacement shells not go here? Other than that, nothing of value. Oh, and I still have a satchel I was supposed to collect from here, apparently. No wonder I didn't find it.
Well, great. Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place.
What is there to spend? This is nothing. Not a single thing in this reward list is not worthless. Alright, what has this highest sale value? The beaker at 130.
You hungry or something?
I can buy him out of steel for basically nothing. We're wealthy. I can also buy him out of rockets for future shenanigans.
No refunds. Deal's done. Now beat it, fucker.
I don't like you anymore. I'm gonna get my quests somewhere else. Hugh isn't too far away. Wrecked here? Wrecked is a nobody. I do have a rocket launcher. It only really needs to be a 1. Challenges to holding on coffee and beer hops. You know, I think we have enough crap here to execute the plan. And at day 27, it's a pretty good time for it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take one of these Forget Elixirs. Completely respec our skills. The reason we did that is so I can go over into the intel tree and max out Daring Adventurer, which will require 10 intellect. In fact, while we're having a small detour in the intel tree, let's give ourselves a temporary steal discount. Now that I've maxed out Daring Adventurer, let's finalize all of our challenges. And that has given us a whole bunch of quests to redeem with a trader.
Well, you proved me wrong. Now take your reward and get the hell out of here.
And thanks to Daring Adventurer 4, we can now select 2 rewards for each of these. In the case of these books, we can take both books that we don't have. Here I can get some steel arrows for my bow, and some AP slugs, which I was starting to run low on. We get a bunch more grenade likes. I don't actually need any of these. Actually, a spare helmet light for my mining set would be nice. And maybe I could use a triple pocket. I don't actually know. I have tons of these. Can't use any more of these. So I guess that leaves Cripplem and Silencer. Quad Pocket. Treasure Hunters. I'm pretty sure I don't have... No, I do have one of these. Maybe Stealth Boots will help. I can just take a Solar Cell 3, because it's extremely rare. And 4, but well, we'll take a whole Crucible. I can't use a whole Crucible. I'll take the legendary parts. And look at this. Legendary weapon crafting bundles. None of which I can use immediately.
Make up your mind or make your way out.
None of this junk sells particularly well. Also, how did I get stacks of 150 ammo from him and get 30 extra?
I'd go broke with more customers like you.
Is that part of this? It's only 20% more dukes, not 20% more items. I guess it is 20% more items as well. I just realized I'm starting to burn through books. I don't think I have my nerd set anymore, so it doesn't matter. And what am I wearing for stuff? Okay, so it doesn't actually say at all what Stealth Boots does. Advanced multiple connectors are clearly 10%, but Stealth Boots? It doesn't say. But I can't use Stealth Boots with advanced multiple connectors, so whatever they're doing, they're affecting the same stat. How useless. So I have some useless armor mods and some useless weapon mods. Legendary parts, a solar cell with no solar panels. And these. Which are just legendary parts and weapon parts. And some crafting books that don't even get me to legendary crafting quality. Well, that whole affair was kind of a bust. Now, can I build back my entire strength build? Or am I going to have to drink the other Forgotten Elixir to get out of Intel? All those are necessary. Miner and Motherlode I can leave off as, I guess, luxury perks again. Gotta get living off the land back. I would like pain tolerance, but it lies. The reduced chance to get stunned from experience does not work. Oh yeah, and I completely forgot about agility, where my medium armor lives. Can I live with what we've done to ourselves here? The 10 points in intellect are very expensive, and have kind of ruined our ability to mine. It's also completely pulled us out of perception. And the, couple of things we had here for comfort. The thing is, Daring Adventurer 4, I only needed for those quest redemptions. What we got out of it was worth significantly more than 2 of these. So right back down the hatch. And we try to go back to what we were before. All our base weapon skills are necessary. Living off the land 3 from Fortitude 5 is necessary. Then getting to run and gun from Agility 7 would be really nice. And that would get me medium armor 4 as well. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. Can I afford to get to Treasure Hunter 3? I think first we should spend up on mining. Mining is extremely powerful if you can afford it. Pack Mule is functionally useless. Okay, it's better than it used to be. This used to be like 1 item per level, now it's 3, plus 3, plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. It's 18. That is 2 whole rows of inventory. Which I think completely opens up your inventory without any mods. So I guess if you are that desperate for mod slots, it's worth it. But for the most part, it just isn't. Oh, here's what I need to spend on. I gotta get my healing factor back. Some iron guts so we burn less food. Rule 1 cardio. Not super important. I do still want my level of physician. Because sprains are annoying. Intellect 3 doesn't give us a lot else, though. Then I can have my Lucky Looter, my Treasure Hunter. I had Animal Tracker, but honestly, let's just leave that out this time. Anything else really super important here? I was kind of invested in archery or gunslinger. Let's give ourselves archery so we can do some stealth. Actually, it won't matter if we can't do stealth in the first place. And stealth is a trap anyway. So instead I will boil down the perception tree a bit further, so we can eventually improve improve Treasure Hunter and Lucky Looter, which I can do Lucky Looter immediately. That's a good use of rearranging our points. Alright then. How about this treasure map? A bit further away than I'd anticipated. I mean, there's a reason we read these things at home. And now we get to work. Our maxed out mining perks, giving us the head start that the mining suit does not. Stamina is a thing of the past. And there it is, pinpointed. Bonk. And skeleton key. Hmm? Seriously? Well, we got through. It just took a lot more of those than it needed to. Where'd the zombie go? I want my arrows back. Here he is. My arrows were both destroyed. $12 silver, worth $7.80, and a bunch of garbage. Just flat out a bunch of garbage. It's hard for a treasure chest to be that worthless. They have to work at it. ZMB radio. I don't think I know this one. Let's have a look and see what this one's about. There is a hole in the wall. which doesn't feel normal. Kind of suggests I've been in this vicinity before. As well as these destroyed doors, and this open one. Oh yeah, I remember this now. Bonk. Okay, somehow I killed it and harvested it with the same attack. That's not supposed to be possible, but here we are. No. Anyone else feeling clever? Where was the final route in this place supposed to be? It is a 2 skull. So there's gotta be something in here somewhere. I'm just not finding it. Or remembering where it was. Here it is. Whoa! Okay, that was a small surprise. Now dealt with. And the final verdict here is, once again, garbage. So let's see if we can't find our way back out again. And where did I park? I don't know what you think you're going to find through that wall, but I admire your perseverance. This looks like the farm I harvested for a bunch of plant fiber. Like, not just the type of farm, the specific one. So let's poke around and finish the job. This area over here doesn't look like it's exploded yet, so maybe it isn't the specific one. Because over here at Fiery Farms, that over there is the back end of a car in a ditch. And it's guaranteed to explode. I don't know what triggers it. It just kind of does. My best guess is that there's some kind of zombie trigger that wakes up and steps on a mine and causes a whole bunch of carnage. Maybe it's already exploded because there's supposed to be a propane tank here. Hello? No, it's already exploded. And the car respawned on its own without me resetting the area. Okay, I'm just gonna stop questioning it. These trailers tend to have friends in them. And I think one of them has a guaranteed dog. This one. I'm not used to this being locked. I guess whatever's in here is supposed to break out through the back here. No. I will not be stopped. I am a hammer and shotgun man. Wooden obstacles are not merely suggestions, they are comedy. Okay, that ladder does not function. So what we need to do is go up the silo. And then over here into the barn. There's also that bird. That bird was hiding a crate. Gonna have to go back up the silo for that crate. So strange that skeleton key works just fine on loot chests, but does not work on treasure chests when they're the same thing. Must be a weird little oversight in the code. What is beating on metal in the distance? There's a tourist eating my pig. Stop that. That was not worth the detour. So, small, interesting POI? Well, small anyway. Not so much in the interesting department. Jerry's fill. I've already torn down the gas pumps. Isn't this Dead Rooster Town? Like the Dead Rooster, our old Horde base, should be somewhere around here. But I have no memory of where. I think this is the outline of it. Yeah, it could be, because I remember the bear den being across the street. And that's it. What the heck was that noise? There was a brief little honk that sounded like an angry goose? Or just some other kind of engine, other than the one we're using. The chickens aren't back. We haven't given it enough time. Ooh, free pie. No one expects the free pie. Propane tanks have the most disappointing explosions now. They don't even explode, they just disappear and cause craters. There's no boom, there's no effect. Just what it does to its surroundings. That may be fixed in more recent beta versions, but I'm on 1.0 stable. What the? I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be in a Western tile set. Yeah, the Junkville Saloon. You do not belong here, Western tile. I will gladly read and or steal your books. It's just a hubcap. They're trying to exploit gamers never look up. But the second they give me a reason, that stops working. Well, come right along, precious diners. There is no way he snuck up on me. Where did that guy come from? Okay. If you hear enough growls after stepping through a doorway, all you have to do is step right back. And you have a convenient, ready-made choke point for anything that wants to show up. I don't know what these are supposed to be. It's a common set piece in some fuel depots and old western areas. It's just a way to store fuel, apparently, that isn't an obvious propane tank. But how do they get the fuel up there? And why is it up there? That looks like end loop material, which tells me it isn't safe. What do you know? The area wasn't safe. Especially that room. Is that a bunny? That is a bunny. Come back here, you wascally rabbit. I have animal kill achievements to satisfy. Now, about this loot room. Nothing. Also nothing. More nothing. This metal folding chair so far is more valuable than everything I've seen so far. Oh look, a book I can actually read. Alright, chest. Last chance to not be disappointed. I guess you don't fail yet. You've simply deferred failure. It is now possible that one of these maps might be worth plundering. Now I'm on the roof. But why am I on the roof? Probably because it's easier to get out of that fenced area from the roof than directly. I think with that, it's about time to head home. Without getting ourselves stuck in a perfectly vertical whatever this is. Let's blitz home. And then I need to take a short pause. Oh, a previous treasure hole. Or possibly just a dirt digging hole, I'm not sure. And because I need to take a short recess, I don't think we'll be getting to Wrecked in time to sell things. Yeah, especially now with the sudden fog. Keep cranking on that steel. And with that, I'll be back in a few minutes. we're back from that brief, unexpected intermission. I think if we hurry, we can sell off this silver after all. Now that this fog is going to make that easy.
Take a look. Get lost, bum.
I shouldn't even check his stock. He has, well, apart from these, very little. Let's just buy him out. That way I can stop worrying about whether they'll be offered tomorrow and just have them.
Shit, man. I treat you that good, and you don't even fucking tip me. Listen up, jackass. You want... let's get one thing straight. You're not working with me. You're working for me.
Favale's Academy we've done twice before. It's not that tricky. Doing it right before nightfall. Ow. How dare you? Could make things a touch more difficult. Now, what I would love to do here is just make a ton of noise and run over to my horde base. But that wouldn't count. That would count as abandoning the POI, because I'd be too far away. Oh, he sees me through the window. That's okay, he can't fire through the window. I really don't know why my game performance is so poor. It runs more or less just fine on the base Novice game map. What the heck was that? One last high pressure spray of samurai blood. I don't think the fire did much in terms of damage. But it made things feel a little easier. The zombies couldn't hide in the fog. Because they were too busy being on fire. Ah. One of my objectives. The other objective, of course, is still to kill everything. Just making sure the entire playground came in to say hi. Bottom floor, as clear as I can get it. Hi. And goodbye. There can't be this fight music for just 2 zombies. I guess there was. It's just garbage. All of it. Including and especially that box. And this is where things get tricky. None of them triggered. But one is moving. I thought I heard a demolisher. Headshot. Headshot. Okay. He's no longer a threat. Because he's dead. You, way down there, fool, out of range of my shotgun, have some of that. I kind of wonder, I really have to wonder, in fact, where Demolisher zombies come from. How were they made? Who in the US military decided it would be a good idea to strap triggered bombs to the chests of very large soldiers and then send them into a situation where they could be corrupted and turned against you? Whose idea was that? Someone needs to be fired. Hey, shotgun choke schematic. I already have one, and will only ever need one. But I did not have the schematic before. Hang on. Before I skeleton key, this guy needs to go. Now we will be loud. Another entire choke. Some shot shells. I don't need the charges. I don't even want the charges. They're funny, but they're not useful enough to take. Hmm. 2 hits. I must have had a level in Salvager before. Well, I'm not super concerned about Salvager. Can I get back up there and jump onto another one? It should basically be a straight shot, right? Upstairs, then into one of the upstairs classrooms with this ramp. And then that's too far away. But I can definitely hit this one. Or miss it entirely. Jumping in game is kind of funny, because it costs stamina to jump, but being out of stamina will never prevent you from jumping, which makes you wonder why jumping costs stamina at all. Because if you can always jump, regardless of whether you have the stamina to do so, then it's not a cost, it's a penalty. Which still doesn't answer why. That's a lot of shotgun parts. More than I ever suspect I'll need. How's this going? I mean, it's going, I guess. Make sure to keep the levels topped off. Oh yeah, I made a bunch of these too. Which we seem to need less and less as time goes on. So it is now day 28. Divisible by 7, because it's divisible by 14. Horde Day. The reason I've been waiting for Horde Day is because, as I've said a couple of times now, I have raised the zombie spawn cap. The zombie spawn cap is one of the strangest, most pointless settings in the game. Because it specifies that it's a per player spawn cap. And then it says immediately after that in a multiplayer game, the per player spawn cap is completely ignored and it just uses max zombies instead. Which completely fails to explain why there is a per player spawn cap you can set in the first place, if it's effectively just a single player spawn cap. It's just not clear. Maybe I should spend a bit on Daring Adventure again. I mean, I can. Not much, but I can. More for the access to better trader items than anything else. We did our job with the plan and redeeming all our quests and getting double. I think it may be time to also just kind of build a 4x4. Basically just to prove that we can. I have little other use for this much steel at this time. So we have steel, parts, tape, leather, parts. Parts, tape, leather, parts. And then the accessories will be headlights, short pipes, and springs. Short pipes and springs. And headlights. Why are the chassis? Because I don't have enough duct tape. I can make the accessories. And we are short on tape. Now we are extremely short on cloth. It looks like unless I cancel this, then make the chassis that. Then make tape again. Otherwise, putting it behind the 2 minutes worth of tape, or putting it behind the 2 minutes worth of accessories, it wasn't going to change the craft time much. So now we are in a cloth crisis. Again, it happens from time to time. I'm just going to put the jailbreakers and the picks away. Because skeleton key. Alright, obsessively looking at the workbenches won't make them craft any faster. So I have 2 treasures to dig up, and some time to burn. While we will get close to Horde Night today, I don't think we'll actually execute it today. Because once begun, it really can't be stopped in the middle. And by the time it kicks off, I'll be about ready to close down. So we'll definitely save Horde Day 4 for tomorrow, just to manage expectations. starting to zero in. Definitely zeroed in. And there it is. Now I just have to get to it. Bingo. Excuse me. What? I did not invite either of you to. Anyway, back to work. More functionally garbage. Hopefully the other one is less disappointing. But first... Hello, Mr. Bear. Goodbye, Mr. Bear. It's the animal kill achievements I'm having the most trouble with. Animals much less common than typical zombies. Not least of which because they're not stuffed into every POI and quest. It's all zombies in there. Not deer and chickens and rabbits. And the bear den has a couple of bears. The dead rooster has 5 or 6 chickens. But that's about it for guaranteed animals. And zombie dogs don't count. Deer. Deer. You're on the list. I will run you down. Missed. I'm sure I touched it though. It just didn't care. How do they know to use the poor visibility from the trees like that? It's just gone. I got DBD'd. Okay, before I even get started, get these trees out of here. They make visibility terrible. Alright then, down we go. Also, that house over there is reminding me of a house, and I don't think it's the house that I'm thinking of. but I will be going to check. And there it is. Is this faster? I think they're about the same pace. $7K is not exactly garbage. The rest, unfortunately, is. What the heck? Suddenly there's like 6 of them. Well, I'm not having any of that. We'll just putter on home and keep an eye out for more stray deer. That's a snake. I don't think snakes count, but weirder than that is the snow that apparently is trailing off of me. What the heck is that about? Why do I have snow sparkles coming off of me? Really don't know what's going on with that. But it only happens when I turn around. If I keep my eyes front, then there is no particle trail behind me. Is it the lights? It is, well, illuminated by the lights, whatever it is. No idea what's going on. I'm apparently just sparkly. Oh, this is stopped. Out of fuel. Let's just keep this all running. A reasonable amount of material. As much as I can cram on in. And that leaves me to staple these two halves of truck together, with an engine, a battery, and 4 wheels. Terrible battery. Any old engine. 4 wheels. 4x4 truck in the making. The impressive thing about the truck is that you can pick it up and carry it. It's an item as long as it's not placed. And it's bigger than you, which is what makes it really impressive. I should probably leave the mushrooms alone. Of all the crops we have, mushrooms I am at the least risk of running out of. In fact, that can just get tossed. We have 2 stacks. What more do I want? Okay. Still need hops and coffee. So I have a coffee seed. And I have some hop seeds. They are the seed priorities. And then cotton. Then supercorn. Because in terms of food crops, I'm pretty well set. I mean, potatoes, maybe regular corn. And blueberries. Potatoes were fine. Pumpkins were fine. Aloe, I can stop planting altogether. Coffee, blueberry, hops. Cotton. Regular corn. Supercorn. And I've run out of seeds. Doesn't need to be potatoes. I could make some more supercorn seeds. which will cost me a lot of my super corn. It's kind of funny. I'm trying to work up a supply of super corn so that I can sell it, but I can't do that if I keep having to burn it to make seeds. It's a very irritating plant to try and cultivate. I even have, 20% seeds up and guaranteed double harvest, so. And that's on top of guaranteed triple harvest. These don't multiply, so it's times 4 effectively. Triple here and then another 100%. Anyway, we have a truck. It's big. The motorcycle has 4 rows worth of space. It's honestly a pretty worthy craft. The 4x4 has slightly more than double. So that's 9 rows of space. As for the rest, I don't know how it's fully... Oh, it's fully fueled because I took the reserve tank off. Speed 14 meters a second, 4,000 health, defense 90. Defense 90 means it only takes 10% damage. Seats 1, upgradable to 2 if you have the right mod. 14 meters per second, allegedly. 4,000 up to 8,000 health. Defense 90, seats 4 by default. Also an extra modifier slot. Its fuel tank, on the other hand, is just a bit bigger. It's just a wee bit harder to feed. Which is honestly the chief reason I dislike it. Because its gas tank feels practically bottomless. It's also significantly less fuel efficient. So it consumes more, and feeding it costs more. But it's a great big tank of a monster. And it fits in the garage. Which is really what you want out of a truck. That's why I installed this ladder all that long ago. Specifically for eventually having a truck. Even though I hate the truck. Don't ask me to be logical. I am under no obligation to make sense. Okay, we're at 24,000 clay. A smelting slot caps out at 30,000. So I'm going to go all in on iron. The clay can relax for a minute. Speaking of which, let's really go all in on iron. Oh, he's also refreshed, so maybe he has something worth buying. Hey, Rect, do any of your vending machines just happen to have, I don't know, rock breakers? This engine noise used to be the engine noise for every vehicle in the game, including the motorcycle. The motorcycle's engine sounds a lot better now. It's less loud and obnoxious. But the 4x4 still has the original engine noise, which is terrible.
Damn, this is all I can spare.
I could take some glue to re-up my tape stock.
You hungry or something?
You can have this garbage. What do you have that I might want? Eggs. Eggs are cheap. We're always running out. Another coffee seed. I need to harvest coffee for an objective. All your steel. Just because I can. You have no books worth buying. Buy out your breaching slugs, again, because I can. Your HE ammo, because that's a terrible idea. Buy out your tape, because I need it. And not seeing a whole lot else of value.
All right, now that we're done doing business, get out of my store.
How about those? Ah, rockbusters. Just what I wanted to see. I don't think Skull Crushers counts, because block damage is different from melee damage. I'll also grab some Blackstrap because I have that perk that increases yield off of Blackstrap. Now, the truck's obvious weight makes it have so much more inertia, and you cannot tell me this is 14 meters a second. This is not at all the same speed as the motorcycle. You can't tell me that. I will not believe it. Alright, seeds, ammo, that, materials, ingredients, steel. Cobblestone and cubes. And this. Now we are ready to go mining. And down we go. It is iron time. What am I doing? I brought all this stuff for a reason. Did I max out my iron skills? Yes, mining is maxed. Okay. $6 but plentiful. 6 minutes, and there's only one of them. So we'll have the Blackstrap first, then the Busters, and we get to work. I couldn't possibly ask for more yield boosters on my mining. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's just not stopping. Oh no, my truck is floating. Why isn't it stopping? Well, we have caused a very dramatic cave-in, and I don't know how, because I have this support pillar right next to us. Now my iron mine has become a massive hole in the ground. And that's my truck, balanced precariously on that pillar of dirt. Luckily, there's very little in the truck. I can fairly easily empty out the truck and pick it up to get it off that pillar. But now there's a layer of dirt on top of all my iron. And I'm not one-shotting the gravel anymore, and I don't know why. Well, we work in the conditions we have, not the conditions we wanted. And those conditions involve visitors. No. This is, despite looking like rock, is dirt from the cave-in. I have never seen, let alone caused, a cave-in that dramatic. Especially not in this biome. In the desert I could understand. Because desert sand is so much weaker. But here in the forest with good old sturdy clay? I don't know how that happened. Well, what we're going to have to do then is just keep on mining as though nothing is wrong until our mining buffs run out. Then, I have a lot of patching to do. Because this cannot be allowed to stay a hole. Ah, visitors. Could you not? Too late, she did. And there's a second one. Yes, yes. Come Radiance, come Ferals, come one, come all. You get absolutely trashed by your own Hoovus. Go away. I am busy. It's like they can sense when you're on a tight time budget. Anyway, that's it for my mining buff. Now what? Why? I just went up to go get the truck, and that's when it chooses to fall. Give me the truck. And there's the truck. The truck needs the truck contents. And also whatever I immediately don't. Now, time to build a replacement floor. Why is this all pink? It shouldn't be pink. It should be well supported. I really don't like how much time I expect this to take, because I don't expect that I have this kind of time. It is Horde Day after all. But whether or not I like what has happened, I still have to deal with it. Seriously though, what caused this catastrophe? With the amount of time and material this is going to cost to fix, I should really have a learning elixir. I should also really just be learning from whatever this was, but I still don't know what it was. Maybe it was the little feet that I put on top of the pillars. Maybe they consumed more weight than they provided in weight capacity. Why are things still showing up pink? They definitely have the capacity to be built. There must have been a glitch in whatever system calculates support values. I really don't have anything else. Especially since we're seeing pink, which is supposed to indicate the weight system is at capacity, when this is a vertical column. It's not supporting anything, it's just going straight up. This doesn't make any sense. Well, on the plus side, at least we have a way to spend the time until Horde Night. That's really the only upshot here. think one more? I'm not sure. Ah! I didn't make it to the other side. It's like slapping together a large Minecraft build, but less convenient. Well, let's get some more rocks brewing. Or we'll never finish this. I can place blocks on grass, but not on top of flowers. Flowers are destructive and have to be destroyed. Make it make sense. Now, unfortunately, it's not just cobblestone rocks that we're running out of, it's frame blocks as well. Fortunately, we're almost through with the whole frame block thing. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. That finishes off the block placement. And now we just have to finish all the upgrades, which we definitely do not have the cobblestone to do. I'm not sure if we even have the wood to do. But the fact that it's successfully built in wood frames means that we won't collapse it by upgrading. It can hold the weight. Oh, that's it for the cobble, for now. It is fully upgraded to wood. So now our poor, completely caved-in mine here can have its brand new topsoil layers stripped right back off. Because this should never have happened. And I still don't know how it did. I mean, the whole point of these columns was so it wouldn't. At least dirt isn't considered a noisy activity. Now we also have an airdrop somewhere off in the distance. Kind of a consolation prize for this bit of nonsense we have to clean up. I think the fallen topsoil is basically clear now. At this point, we're just in the iron section digging gravel. And waiting for the next cave in to begin. Which, based on the way this looks, will be over here. Not expecting an iron vein straight down. Now we're going to do this a bit differently now. There. Hold up my crap. Okay. Now we are back to, is it pretty? Absolutely not. But it works. Not at all how I wanted to spend my horde day. But sometimes the engine just laughs at you. I kind of don't want all this dirt just adding weight up there. Because it certainly isn't adding structure. May as well just commit to having a cobblestone roof. Now I'll go up and patch that little hole we opened. Not there, here. Call this a horrifying patch job done. As a result of all this terrible nonsense, I now have to replenish my wood supply. But that's what our tree farm is for. Oh, I'm gonna need this. A little torn. See, I need to be gearing up for Horde Night. also need to be harvesting that wood. Let's see. Lumberjack boots. Stamina cost. Lumberjack gloves. Axe damage. Don't really care. Lumberjack hat. Axe stamina. Oh, I'm looking at the set bonus. Sprinting cost. Melee damage. Wood harvest. We do want the hat. Outfit. Incumbents. So basically we just want the lumberjack hat. Which is going to be slightly more of these than I have. And the legendary part, which I've forgotten again. Oh, and cloth. Why cloth? Is it considered light? It is light armor. That's kind of surprising, actually. Okay, this hat goes back in construction. The rest of my gear I am wearing. And my hat stays off for now. I'm also taking this. And I'm out of gas. Wow. Just wow. We apparently need to go harvest some oil shale when available. I don't think the chainsaw was a good play here. Well, of course it's not. It's unmodded. Okay, with mods, it is faster. I don't think I can say better, but it's faster. Now I have my own hat back on. Lumberjack hat is classified as harvesting. Medical gets spare honey. Construction gets spare wood. Does wood make stacks? It does. That'll take up less space. That's not where that goes at all. What was I doing? Ah, I was putting these away. I think in terms of packing up for horde stuff, I'm basically all set. That can use an additional stupid amount of iron to make sure it doesn't stop. My gas supply goes in the truck. And Twitch is also telling me we are unstable. So the fact that I've decided not to go ahead with the Horde Night today, is probably for the best. So alrighty then, that will do it. We're all packed up and ready and equipped. Everything is all set for the coming flood. Although, I may want to have some of these boxes on me just in case. Also, the bow is going to be useless.